Rocket League has to fix this issue, or else it could kind of ruin the World Championship. And that, what I'm talking about, is DDoSing. I mean, this has been an issue that has been starting really since around April, maybe even before. I'm not sure. But this is, a tweet I found from Kaydop saying, "Amazing experience on Rocket League today. Can't stream a single game without getting sniped by DDoSers." So Kaydop, especially, and Apparentlyjack have been extremely vocal about this. But there's been multiple tweets about this whole, DDoSing situation. And why this is a problem for RLCS is, well, if players can't really practice in rank twos, right, it lowers the standards immensely. Scrimming is still extremely important from a team aspect, but in terms of the individual aspect, twos is probably even more important than scrims. At least that's what I believe Jack said as well. So adds value to that opinion. But yeah, you could see here, 14th of April from Kaydop, here 21st of April. By the way, not streaming recently because of the DDoSers. That's Apparentlyjack. Vatira here, fixed DDoS at Epic Games. The game is unplayable. I can't play anymore. I can't stream anymore. Again, 21st of April. Jack comes back again here now, 30th of July. I believe there was a kind of a fix, or at least some kind of some help that Rocket League was doing for the Rocket League players, or the Rocket League pros more specifically. But then really in July, it really started to ramp up again, the DDoSing problem right at the top. And I think the fixes that they were doing were more temporary things, little things that can help you out, temporarily, but long term, it doesn't fix the problem. But yeah, Jack saying no point trying to grind ranked when DDoSers are in every game right now. And then here, even more recently, 11th of August, which is literally essentially right now, Kaydop again tweeting out, "I cannot stream anymore Rocket League. I'm one of the biggest streamers on this game, and I got no help at all. Literally zero message, zero help. I get sniped, DDoSed, insulted. The biggest insult is not from the loser who DDoSed me, but from Psyonix or Epic Games." So Kaydop really not happy, and he is considered one of the goats, right? One of the goats of Rocket League. So his word does have some value as well. But I say that there does seem to be a potential fix coming, according to Rocket League. He received from RL Status. We wanted to provide an update regarding our continued efforts around the DDoS attacks and their impact on Rocket League matches. We have a new set of server-side DDoS protections in the works, and that will be rolling out in the next few weeks, apparently. So, does seem to be very important. In my opinion, and you look at EWC, I feel like specifically for that one, for the Rally Major, I'm not actually sure if it did or not, but for EWC, I feel like the gameplay did get a little bit worse than usual. I'm not sure if that's just me being delusional and selective bias, or whatever you call it, or confirmation bias rather. But I felt like the gameplay was a little bit worse at EWC than at the Rally Major and the Birmingham Major. I believe the first major was the Birmingham. Yeah, it was the Birmingham Major. So the gameplay, in my opinion, has gotten worse, and this could have been catastrophic for Worlds. It still could be if this fix doesn't actually come. But it sounds like Rocket League are eventually fixing this problem, which is very, very important. And I guess you're gonna have to stay tuned in the coming weeks, because if this doesn't come, we're gonna see, World is Worlds. Worlds is always going to be the biggest tournament in Rocket League, right? Regardless of anything around it. Because they also control the prize pool of other tournaments to a degree. So, yeah, but it could have definitely deteriorated a bit from Worlds. And let's say we look back at Worlds and think to ourselves, "Oh, that's worse gameplay than the Rally Major." It will definitely, it'll make the Worlds, the champions a little bit less valuable, I guess. Winning the Worlds isn't as valuable if the gameplay is just worse and nobody's been able to, play any twos. But, we're looking at here, it sounds like a fix is coming. So finally, the DDoSing problem is getting fixed, hopefully. Previously they were just kind of banning players, from what I can tell, and sending warnings to certain people. If you do this, this might happen to you, which definitely helped temporarily. And then suddenly all the help vanished. But it seems like, there's been a concentrated effort towards fixing the problem as a whole. You know, maybe the situation wasn't, you know, dealt with the best by Sonic slash Epic, but it sounds like, you know, eventually now the fix is coming. So that all should be cool. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know, you know, do you think they'll actually fix the DDoSing situation, or is it again going to be a bit of a temporary fix where the DDoSing is just going to come back, you know, come Worlds or after Worlds or something like that? And yeah, I'll see you later.